Hi, my name is Ashlee Bishop, and I am the Student Merit Recipient 2020 for my film Cosmo. My favorite part working on Cosmo was definitely watching the dailies. So before we even had an assembly cut and listening to Amanda, the main character's responses with the director, I felt that there was such a connection on such a personal level with me personally and everybody else in the room. Just listening to her tell her story and how vulnerable she was, opening up about her life. It really solidified why I love documentaries so much and working on documentaries. And I never thought I could be listening to someone say this, and I just felt really honored to be there, piecing her story together. With these questions being so personal and intimate, I really felt that it was quite challenging to know when to give space between such powerful moments. So that was definitely something that I found quite challenging. Well, I have actually already finished my program at Sheridan. I graduated last year, so it's been a full year that I haven't been in school. And in the long run, I just really hope to be a part of a lot of influential documentaries in my time. But for now, I really have a passion with working with small companies in like marketing and branding. I have already worked with really amazing companies such as Sage Natural Wellness with their social media and their branding. So just really getting a feel of that, sort of getting into the industry and then kind of going from there.
Hi, I'm Emerson Chan, and I'm receiving the 2020 Student Merit Recipient Award for my film Hang Up. My favorite part working on this project was figuring out a sound cue to use to signify the transition between Charlie's mind and the real world. We ended up using a phone noise, like a phone ringing noise, but we actually played it backwards. And it actually fit perfectly because throughout the film, Charlie is being pulled into this world where he's on a phone with essentially his conscience, and it made so much sense to play a phone ringing noise backwards as him being thrown back into his mind. Something I learned while working on this project was definitely to speak my mind more and basically just talk to my director more about thoughts I had on the film and scenes. A lot of the times when I used to work on just my own passion projects and films outside of film school, I didn't have a director. It was kind of like a one-man show. So whatever I thought in the edit would work because I was the director. But going into film school, working with actual directors and seeing their vision, I thought that my job as an editor was more of a backseat job and that I would be kind of like the hands for them and I would be making their vision come true. But I discovered throughout this film that sometimes there would maybe different shots or different directions we could be taking the scene, and it was important for me to let my director know, Sean, that maybe we could go in this direction. And I was very lucky that Sean is very open-minded as a director and listened to all my ideas. And yeah, I definitely learned a lot from him, and that was a great experience. After I finish my program, or after I've already finished my program, I like to continue working on short films with my peers. After I've already graduated, I've worked on two more passion projects with some of my peers, and they've both been really successful, and I've enjoyed it a lot. I'd love to continue doing that. But looking further into the future, I think that I'd love to eventually go back to school, get my master's degree, and pursue a teaching position or as a prof, teaching editing.
Hi, my name is Brad Wickman. I am the student recipient for 2020 for my film Passion of the Poster. My favorite part of working on this project is being able to pull together all this amazing footage, these interviews, B-roll, and just everything, and really creating a storyline from all these colorful, amazing people that we got to meet and bridging it all together to kind of create something unique. Something I've learned from editing this project was being able to kill my ideas. I've had to start this film over 2 or 3 times and take different avenues each time. It's complicated to be working on something for so long and to really love it, and then to just have to axe it because it just didn't work. COVID-19 has changed a lot of my initial plans, but I guess that's life. I really hope to find my footing in an assistant editing gig, kind of maybe in a larger production, but I really want to continue doing my own productions and self-funded films on the side.
Hi, my name's Yasmeen, and I'm the Student Merit Recipient for 2020 for my film, The Repeal. My favorite part about working on this project, The Repeal, was that at the time of creating the film, it was a very important conversation, especially in Ontario, about the sex ed curriculum and Doug Ford, how he's trying to change it. So we were able, you always hear things about teachers saying this, parents saying this, the government saying this, and you never heard it from the child's point of view. So my favorite part was being able to listen to the children speaking, giving them a voice, and finally allowing people to kind of hear those voices. Something that I learned working on this project was that I'm really good at puzzles, I guess you could say. I usually am a narrative fiction film editor, so I've never really done documentary editing. This was my first actual documentary I've edited. So it was interesting being able to get different stories from a bunch of different people and basically making it one big story that just made sense and just flowed and had this great story to show people. This was my final year. I'm finally finished school. So my goal is to basically just get some experience, meet a bunch of people in the industry, kind of build a resume and go forward to editing. I would love to edit. I can honestly edit anything. So as long as I'm editing, I'm happy. So just basically getting to that point in my life, and that's my full-on goal.
My name is McGarry, and I'm a Student Merit Recipient for 2020, and my film is Anemone. My favorite part about working on Anemone was really the collaboration between my cinematographer and myself, because I directed and edited this project. But we had months and months of preparation, and honestly, that making sure we're on the same page and figuring out what's right, what's wrong, that was honestly the best part of it. And obviously, a lot of the editing was decided in pre-production. So yeah, that whole process was amazing. And then obviously we had an amazing crew. And then in post with sound and everything, we just had an amazing team of collaborators, and it just made the experience that much better. And that easily was my favorite part, just working with all these amazing people. Something I learned while editing this project is that it's okay to take risks on how you present a story to someone. Not everything needs to be so conventional and safe. When there's a genuine intention for something as why you're holding a clip or why you're shortening a clip or why you barely show a clip or something like that, you can essentially do anything. So especially when it serves a story, I think that's easily the best thing I learned from editing this project. Well, I just finished my degree on the past year. So right now I'm just trying to get into commercial work, directing and editing commercial work. And then once I restock on the financial side, I'll pursue more shorts and then hopefully into the features at some point.